Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In this video I'd like to use the MTP RT add-ons for NinjaTrader 7, which is what we're looking at here, to show you how the more advanced traders with the software can uncover some more advanced trade setups. For this example I'm looking at a 5-minute chart of the 6E. The 6E is the future of the euro against the US dollar. So this is the euro against US dollar future. So at first sight there seems to be no automatic setups on this chart, which is okay. But advanced users would go to the higher time frame chart first. So if we go to the 15-minute chart, let's scroll back to before today even opened. Here's the last pivot high, because this is the swing going down into this major low. So the important resistance area is going to be off this high here. So we place a decision point on the on that chart there from that high. Very easy to do, as you saw by a right mouse click. I'm now going to extend that out into the future using the rectangle tool in NinjaTrader, and as you can see, this caught the high very nicely here. So how could a trader have taken advantage of this? Well, if we go back to the 5-minute chart, again, this DP is on the chart in advance. That's the beauty of these DPs, is they are leading indicators. They're there in advance. So in advance, a user would have known that this 15-minute resistance was up at this high here. Let's follow the market. We then have a bar that makes a wide range up into the resistance area. If we look at our VSA indicator down on this bottom panel here, you can see it's giving us a high volume VSA spike, in other words a red bar here. This is warning us that this may be potential selling rather than buying, because normal amateurs would think that a move to new highs above a prior pivot would be buying. However, the next bar reversed perfectly with a red sell bar, and this is the bar after the high volume VSA spike. So we have two things coming together here. First, we have a VSA, an MTPredictor VSA setup. Secondly, we're at large degree 15-minute resistance. Now let's add in another tool we have in MTPredictor, our Elliott Wave tool. So let's place the Elliott Waves on this chart here as well. And here you can see that the rally into this high unfolded as a lovely, in fact a perfect 5-wave sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the high here right at the minimum wave 5 WPT. So the combination of larger degree 15-minute resistance, VSA setup, sell setup here, 5-wave pattern, and the high reversing right at the minimum wave 5 WPT or wave price target would give the advanced trader an indication that a high was coming in, and therefore will be looking to enter a new short trade. The initial target for a completed 5-wave sequence is normally the DP off the wave 4. However, because this was at 15-minute resistance, in other words a higher time frame resistance, and also a VSA setup, it was likely that the professionals were going to move this a lot lower. In other words, the professionals, when they enter the market like this, on particularly a fake out like this, you normally get a strong move off that. Therefore, the target I'd suggest is actually the DP off the prior start, or the start of the prior sequence, so right the way back here. If I scroll forward, you can see that's where it's appeared on your chart. The market actually came down, and has now just entered this this decision point target. So let's now put the risk reward analysis on this particular trade. And as you can see, oops, just a little bit too far on that one. So I'll just come off this entry bar here. Stop was at the bar of the high there. Our initial target was about at this decision point level here. Remember, we use correct position sizing to keep our initial risk small, where we vary the number of contracts, lots or shares to keep our initial risk small and under control. In this particular example, less than 2% of a sample $20,000 account, so we're not risking more than $400. And the beauty of using position sizing is when we get to our profit target, the profit in this case was 6 times greater than the initial risk. In other words, it was very large in relation to the initial risk. And this is the beauty of using position sizing in conjunction with the MTPredictor trade setups, is the profits when they come through are large in comparison to the losses, and all traders will make losses. That's That's an absolute must. You have to make losses, but the trick is keeping the losses small and under control and the profits large. So I thought this was a very good example to do to show you how we can use the more advanced tools in MTPredictor to uncover trade setups above and beyond the automatic setups. And I thought this was a very good example because it combined not only the larger degree 15-minute resistance up at the high there that had you prepared for that resistance in advance, but it also combined our high volume VSA setup here as the market went above a high, then reversed back down again. It also combined our Elliott wave pattern and our minor resistance at our minimum wave 5 WPT. So we had a number of different conditions all coming together at that particular point in time to indicating the market was making a high, and not only that, that it was professionals selling into that high, and therefore you should anticipate a strong move to the downside. That's exactly what unfolded. We then used our larger degree target off the start of our completed sequence because again we're anticipating a strong decline because of professional selling. We then use position sizing to control our initial risk, and as you can see the result was a very nice 6.2 hour profit. So a good example of some of the more advanced tools that are available in the MTP RT add-ons for NinjaTrader 7.